What's up, YouTubers? Tonight is a very special occasion. I've acquired my very first Mezco Toyz. So I decided to do a live unboxing, and I thought, who better to join me than the Mezco Man of the ACBA Podcast, Fabster 360.
What's up, everybody?
Even though I know Pancho said in your live, he was the OG Mezco guy, and then he afterwards.
I know. We all kind of fell into our niche, and Mezco kind of became my thing, you know, after years of ridicule of NECA being my thing. The peer pressure got to me, and I'm like, all right, fine. Try making fun of me for Mezco now. and they do.
Yeah. But I even kept the plastic on here, dude. That's how, like, how much I
right?
Hear this experience. Like, I still got the price tag from Toy Department on.
Nice. Dude, this is how much of a psychopath I am. I have, like, you know how your mom under the sink would have, like, a grocery bag filled with, like, 100 grocery bags?
Yeah.
I have like one big Mezco like plastic baggie with all the other plastic baggies inside.
You save the Mezco plastic wrap
just in case I gotta move them. You know, like I, you know, you don't want a lot of the shelfware. I moved once with like a quarter or maybe a half of what I have now, and it was just a nightmare.
Oh man. Well, I lied. We're not doing a Mezco unboxing. We're doing McFarlane Toys unboxing today.
Ooh, oh my god! So you put the bait and switch on me.
Yeah.
This will be over quick because there's really not a lot to cover then.
Oh. I will get started. Let me go ahead. You got your cable with you right there, right?
I do, yeah. I figured, you know, every now and then you got to take the dude off the shelf and like change up the pose a little bit.
Right.
And I've had mine kind of like this for a while because visually to me, this kind of looks like he's an X himself, you know?
I see what you did there.
So I kind of liked this for a long time, but you know, it's time to change it up.
Nice. All right, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and unbox.
Yeah, dude, go for it. Maybe I'll try to like get your thoughts along the way, you know?
Well, so the way I look at this is like, because I used to be a professional photographer, and I used to like work at a camera shop. So your episode you guys were talking about premium versus retail, it kind of reminded me of, are you familiar with Leica cameras?
I don't think so.
They're like a boutique premier camera. And
okay.
Only equate this unboxing as compared to that. Whereas, like, no offense to like Hasbro, Marvel Legends, and stuff like that, it's like your Canon and Nikon stuff. You know, I noticed I neatly wrapped this and say this thing, dude.
Yeah, exactly. You never know. If you put it back in, you know, you just protect it from you know the slightest like scuff or whatever.
Yeah. You keep the plastic that's around it too.
No, that I do throw away.
All right, cool. I just don't want those Mezco Pierce getting out of me, man, for keeping everything.
I mean, it's crazy. Like some people just don't unbox them at all. You know, they keep them in the plastic wrap, and these are like not necessarily dudes trying to scalp them down the line. They're definitely picking them up because of the perceived value. But it's so much that they don't even open them. They're active collectors of the line, and they get them all, but they just leave them, you know, all in the plastic, and then they display the boxes in the baggies, kind of like I do either on the shelf right here or like in the detolf. It's super weird.
Wow, that is weird. I mean, I do like what you got going on. It's kind of like a bookshelf thing where you can tell which is.
Yeah, I finally found my third one recently because, you know, everybody over the pandemic has kind of been picking up collecting, and detolfs and billies have been out of stock pretty consistently.
Yeah, that's why I had to like pick up that sectional cube behind me.
I have the same one, I think, in my living room, but in black, and that's where I have like my comics and DVDs.
Oh, nice. Now, does this one come with a checklist or no?
Man, I wish, because there's so much to go over that I wish I could just mark it along the way and compare it to like a Marvel Legend, right?
Right.
Hasbro, no, all the way down the line. Mezco, yes. Not, you know, I always say that kind of cheekily. I don't have anything against anyone who collects Marvel Legends and stuff, because that's ultimately how I started out. You know, that was my bread and butter line from childhood, and that's what made me rediscover collecting in the first place.
Yeah, I feel you. That's like the majority of what's behind me. But admittedly, I did sell a chunk of my collection away this past week.
Yeah, somewhere. I mean, yeah, in getting back into collecting, somewhere along the way, I became more a fan of, you know, the art in itself and the industry, and I started to gravitate towards companies that were, you know, again, more for the, you know, as cheesy as it sounds, the by collectors for collectors kind of vibe, even, you know, not not necessarily as their actual company slogan, but companies that are producing product from people who, you know, I think had the same kind of thought that I had, which is at some point they just became a fan of the art and the industry itself and have just kind of been pushing the limits of it. So
I do like the not, I don't know if to say rarity of it, but it's essentially once they produce and make it, that's it, right? Like there's no reissues.
Right. And now that, you know, as of the Toys Fair this past year, they're doing these 2.0 versions of characters that were like, you know, like Superman, like the
Justice
Wolverine, right? Stuff that was really difficult to find because at the time people didn't really like, you know, the hype for the line wasn't really there. And now people try to backtrack. It's a little difficult. But now they're giving you these new versions, and it's got people thinking like, whoa, you know, anything that they've done before, they might not redo it necessarily, but they'll give you another, you know, V2 version of it.
The new Wolverine looks pretty dope, especially that Sentinel display base.
Yeah, I mean, it comes with like 9 interchangeable heads. Like, it's nuts. Yeah. I can't even believe. I don't think I've ever seen a figure with that many interchangeable heads with any company.
Speaking, I mean, I've seen this in some, like it always comes with this letter, right?
So you gotta prick your finger and then sign the bottom in your blood.
Put some of my 5G blood in there now.
That's right. I'll have spoons sticking to that piece of paper.
Yeah. So I don't totally butcher this. I guess it just goes from the bottom.
Yeah, give us that tray shot, huh? Let's see how that accessory spread looks, because he does come with, you know, a good amount of stuff for what technically a standard release.
Watch just like go everywhere.
Yeah, I'm dropping pieces of paper too. Did you get this piece with it too? The instructions for the batteries?
There's light. Yeah, I forgot that it does light up. That's pretty cool. I've had this for about a month now, but like since we were moving, I was just like, let me just wait to unbox this because you know what I mean? I have other cloth goods or like, you know, soft good figure. I have the Felix Toys, the clown.
Oh, nice.
Did you ever get your replacement one?
I did, yeah, and it's a lot better. I actually ended up getting the deluxe, but mine wasn't the Felix Toys. It was the Patriot Studio.
Right. You got the whole like the whole studio set, right?
Yeah, it's just like a little like, you know, wooden. It's not wood. It's like foam actually. It's like a little foam square with like the sticker for like the floor texture on top. So that's like not great, and it's not even packed into the box. Yeah. But the actual chair that he sits on is like a metal piece, and it has some nice weight to it. So it's pretty worth it. Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad that my first one broke because I didn't want to rebuy it from. There was only 2 sellers. One of them had in the U.S. You know, I didn't want to get it imported just in case. Yeah. So one of them had either just the single, and then the other one had just the deluxe. So I ended up getting the different seller just so I wouldn't like return the product and risk that they just send me back the same one.
Right. It's just repositioned.
Exactly. Damn, there he is, Big Daddy Nathan.
When I heard you guys talking about like your friend said it was like it's like a museum piece. I was like, I had to see this in my hand feel it first.
And he's a good blend too, because he's got a lot of the stuff that people like about, you know, stuff like Punisher. Yeah, he's got the more baggy kind of cargo pants and the straps, but with some light up features as well to kind of like deluxeify him.
Yeah. Sorry about the lag, by the way, on my desk cam.
Oh, you got nothing to apologize to me for. Your audience, though. I don't know.
You're going to think I'm using dial-up or something.
Yeah, you on Netscape?
Yeah. Now, this chest piece is reused for Krieg, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the chest piece, like, at least not the stomach part, but the actual chest harness.
Yeah.
But I think without the pouches, I could be wrong. And then the back is different, too. Like, the actual, like, plug-in piece that covers the battery pack is different.
I'm so like cautious here. I'll put it on the camera that's actually working right now.
Right.
I'm so like cautious to like pose it because I'm like, shit, am I gonna break it?
No, you can. I mean, I don't want to say it's as fragile as some NECA figures. You can definitely like go kind of ham with it. You just got to know which way you're twisting things, and if something is like resisting, you know, don't do it right away. Don't force it, and just come back to it.
So I'll be honest, I picked up my first NECA figure. Well, I've had the Super Shredder, I just never opened it.
Mm-hmm.
But I picked up Homelander a month ago. It's not that bad. I was like, wow.
Okay. No, they've definitely improved. Back in the day, they used to use a lot more like not clear plastics necessarily, but more like solid color plastics that they would then paint over. So that would create a lot of like paint stickage in the joints that would take the whole joint with it when you're trying to twist it. Now they're doing a lot more stuff in like the color cast plastic. So there's not that paint issue, at least on the joints.
Is that like why people would say like you have to boil it first? Because like I didn't have that experience with Homelander, dude. I was like, oh, this thing moves fine. Like I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Water over it.
You know, it's also like a weather dependent thing. Like if it's getting shipped, it's super weird. It's like if it's getting shipped to a location that has a lot of like temperature changes in shipping, then that's going to affect, you know, the product when you get it. But if you live in a pretty consistent climate area, that kind of thing doesn't usually happen. And even like when you first break it in, I think is one of my most, you know, fun parts of getting a new Mezco figure is you do have to kind of break the joints in a little bit, and then they work with you real nice after that. So and then the shoulder pads too, you can actually pull them out right here to give them a little more like articulation if you need to like lift the arm or something, you know.
Oh, really? Bust it out.
Yeah, be careful with it. You know, wiggle it. Don't force it. But it is pretty durable, and it like
as you
fits
say
right back in.
As you say that, it just breaks. It's like, well, that's my first time. Let's go, guys. Thanks.
I would honestly hate for that to happen.
All right, so he does come with an additional head sculpt. It's you do what these people do. Like that.
Right. Yeah, that's the one I have mine displayed with right now. My lighting is terrible too here. But
yeah, I see it.
And I love that this cable kind of looks like Rutger Hauer.
Is that the guy from Avatar now?
No, from Blade Runner.
Oh, yeah.
Roy Batty in Blade Runner.
Yeah.
But no, it probably looks like a little mix of both. You know, he's a little more of a silver fox, like Stephen Lang from Avatar.
Yeah.
But man, the facial features, he looks like, you know, this is the Tears in the Rain face right here.
So I gotta ask, dude, about like Mezco's, because like, so I don't know if you know, like before Metacom did like 112 Mofex stuff, they made a cloth good or soft codes 1/6 Wolverine from X-Men 3. And I have that, but like over time, you could tell the fabric started to deteriorate. Does that happen with Mezco's or?
Some of the earlier ones I've seen, like again, depending on climate and stuff, like I think people in tropical or like more humid climates, like in Florida and stuff like that, I've seen, at least in Facebook groups, where older figures like Judge Dredd have started to do that. And then the Mutant Leader too, like his pants can come apart on you. But that was, I think, you know, so early in the line, and, you know, there was a lot of growing pains, and that was definitely something that they had to like figure out, which is why I think Conan and Michael Keaton Batman have been delayed for so long. Yeah,
because that was from like January of last year, right?
Yeah, man, it's been literally forever. That, you know, over a year, going on 2 years. It's closer to 2 years at this point that we've seen that, and you know, people are right to be a little, you know, antsy about it because they're highly anticipated figures for sure.
Yeah, I've come to the realization that like when I got that Joaquin Phoenix Joker, I was like, it'd be cool to get, you know, the Snyder Cut Batman, the 3-pack with Flash and Superman. I was like, it would be cooler to get a Keaton one. I was like, wait a minute, there's no way I'm going to get this Keaton one. It was like sold out like for over a year, so I'm probably going to end up having to pay flipper prices.
I know. That was one that was a little unfortunate, wasn't exclusive. I don't know if that's something to do with the DC licensing itself, where they don't want even premium stuff to compete with retail. Who knows? DC is like super weird with their licensing lately. Yeah. But you know, Christopher Reeve's Superman was also an exclusive, so that's a little surprising. 2, you know, flagship movies for those respective characters. You'd think you want to make them more available, but again, you have to. I don't think Mezco is like, no, this is the way we want to do this. I think a lot of the time it's like, this is how they have to do it because of licensing. And that's true for NECA. That's true for any company, really. That's just an industry thing.
Yeah, and like, and now I come to the realization that I might have to settle for that like awful Figure Arts one, dude.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it really is awful. I've seen no good pictures of it.
So when I remove the like pan, just pull it just like you would like a Marvel Legends.
Yeah, you kind of like, they're a little soft, so you kind of want to like squeeze them at the base to like widen the hole, and then like pull it out kind of softly,
Okay, I got you.
They're not quite like Legends where you can just like, they kind of stretch because they have the joint kind of integrated in there. But this one you need to like, just give it a little room. And again, it's the same with NECA stuff too. Like I wouldn't recommend boiling these. I've never really done the boiling method even with NECA figures. I've always preferred doing hair dryer actually.
Yeah, because because I have the Phantom, like I still have it in box. I never opened it. People are saying it's notorious for like the paint, like hard, but I'm glad I didn't have to do that for Homelander because I was like, I don't know, he's got like a soft goods cape. I don't feel like pouring water over that thing and drying
exactly.
it.
I wouldn't want to risk it. I mean, I've seen people like depends on the figure, I guess. You can like take some soft goods parts, off of it, and then try doing it. But no, I much prefer the hair dryer. And even with a hair dryer, you have to be careful with the soft goods. So you want to like try your best to like only hit the part that you need heated up instead of like with boiling. Sometimes you got to throw the whole figure in or whatever.
So I do like how the hand joints, or the hands, basically it's like a little bit softer than like a Legends or like a Multiverse figure. So it's probably easier to equip the gun on his hand. Yeah,
you can definitely bend the fingers a little bit. I mean, I guess one complaint with this dude that everybody has is that he could be a little short, especially compared to other Mezco figures.
Yeah.
But I think, if I'm not mistaken, he might be maybe I'll have to pull in a Marvel Legend for comparison, but I think he stacks up pretty well with Legends too. So this is one you can definitely like, if you're not trying to go all in on Mezco, this is one you can definitely like cherry pick and kind of integrate with your Legends.
Well, that's why I got it, because I was like, at this point now, Marvel Legends cable, I don't know. Last time I checked on Amazon, it was like $40. I was like, I'm not gonna spend $40.
Right. Damn, that's crazy. And how much did you get this cable for?
$100.
Okay, so exactly. That's still a great price for this dude.
Yeah. And I'm just going to put this on the desk cam now because I don't want to use a dial-up camera anymore.
Yeah, right.
I'll just take this off, honestly, and just do split screen.
It's cool. Either way. I'm glad. I mean, at this point, I think you're so into the figure, you do want to see it up close like that, right?
Yeah.
He could also, I mean, a more valid concern, I think, would be to say he doesn't have enough straps. You know what I mean? He needs more pouches. He needs more, he needs to be just a whole pouch himself.
I do wish they would have posed this next to the Bishop, because I did pre-order that. That was like my first official NECA purchase.
Right.
I was on the fence for the Snyder Cut ones, but I saw Big Bad still has it. But like, do you know if you have any experience with Big Bad, like pre-ordering something and then like they don't end up fulfilling the order or not?
Right.
For Mezco?
I don't think I've ever pre-ordered any Mezco through Big Bad, so I don't personally know, but I know that they've started doing deposits, like you would on the Mezco website. So really the only benefit at that point is the pile of loot thing. So if you're someone who gets stuff from a lot of different lines and just wants it all shipped together, that's definitely a good benefit. But since I'm only doing from one company plus like the weird third party, unlicensed stuff, then it doesn't really make that much sense for me to do that. I am looking on. I almost did pre-order it, but I wanted to get the 3-0 Terminator Dark Fate figures. Those look pretty sick. Yeah, I might like them just for. I mean, not just to have Linda Carter and Arnold Schwarzenegger and soft goods glory, but they would make good background character as well. Right. You gonna put the batteries in? I was thinking about that. Probably should read the instructions. So basically, you just remove this piece right here. Yeah, they did it a little easier than with the Cyclops. The Cyclops, you have to like take off the neck and like pull out the cylinder in the middle. Which is how Dr. Fate is the same way too. I wish I would have gotten Dr. Fate after seeing it. That would have been like a cool first Mezco. Yeah. But the store I see it lit up. The store I bought this from, they were like, I think they said like Mezco had to have them purchase like 4 cases of them if they wanted to get them in the shop. Oh wow.
I mean, now I'm sure they could probably easily sell it if they had it in there.
Exactly. And even my local comic shop has started stocking a lot more Mezco. That at least before I had like my own dude, like my own plug kind of locally. Mm-hmm. My comic shop was my main spot for getting Mezco, and they started ordering like twice the amount, because really it would just be me and like maybe 2 other people, and they'd be stuck with one for a while. And then usually they would only sell it during like a sale, because at least at the time the average person wasn't like, oh, $95 for one action figure, that's a great deal.
Oh snap, I just realized it also comes with a display base, because I was looking at the box and look. So it's just like those base plates they give you with McFarlane's DC Multiverse.
Yeah, but with the cool graphic instead of McFarlane's own logo.
No, I mean, like, yeah, I joke, but like, no, I mean, those figures are okay, especially like, have you picked up any of those or not?
When I was at Forbidden Planet on my trip, I saw a few of them. Like, they had quite a good selection of them, and I think my first impression of them when I see them is exactly what McFarlane wants. I'm like, that's a lot of plastic for $20.
Yeah.
I think that's the exact thing he wants, the impression for people to see that figure and have, and he succeeds for sure. But I don't know, just some of the designs are a little weird to me. Like, I'm not really into stuff that is specifically from like Injustice or specifically from, although I was looking at that Gorilla Grodd, and he does look really nice.
I do have that picked up, and it's just like, I forgot. I got to unbox it eventually. I'm just trying to go through. It's like that thing like where I think you were talking about like when you just buy stuff at retail just to buy, and then you're like I got to kind of downsize. You know what I mean? That's why you kind of got the Mezco side of it.
Right. Those impulse purchases add up,
It does, yeah.
And I'm maybe it's a consequence of also like doing less retail shopping, especially during the pandemic, is like I'm not really going to Target all that often. And I had to like mentally realize how many times I'm like thinking that I would need to go to Target for something just to like check the toy aisles.
Right. Where that's the priority over like toilet paper.
Right. I'm trying to like anything that I need. I'm like, can I get that at Target so I can stop at the toy aisle,
Yeah. Is it so I don't totally butcher this, dude. How do you take the back piece off?
You just slide it up like this.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, you just slide it up.
Okay, cool.
But you are gonna need like a little screwdriver to put the batteries in.
Oh no.
Yeah, one of those like tiny little hand ones,
Yeah. All right, maybe I'll do this later, but I can't.
Yeah.
But that's cool that piece lights up. I've totally forgot because, like I said, I had this for a while and I just haven't opened it yet.
I mean, there's a few things that I have on ice that I'm still like debating if I'm gonna open or not. Like I have another gold skull that I still have boxed up because at the time I was like, oh, I'm only gonna get 2, so that when like for example, I thought I was gonna have 3 actually, because when the pink skulls came out, it's like there's 3 skulls, right? Mm-hmm. So then maybe I'd get the 3 gold skulls and then have 3 gold skulls and then 3 Black Skull Death Brigade. But then I got the buy 3 get 1 free for the skulls, and I'm like, I'm not really trying to sell it. I kind of want to open all 4. So now I kind of like it that I have 4 black skulls, 3 pink skulls, 2 gold skulls.
Damn, dude. Army building them skulls.
I know. And they just make really good army builders, so it's tough not to. Technically, there's 4 pink skulls because you can turn the Street Gomez into a pink skull as well.
Did you sorry, just do you mind me asking? So like, is it supposed to look like that for his Pegasus?
Yeah.
So the light.
It feels weird because it's like kind of off to the side, but that's because he's only got the 1 light up eye.
Yeah.
So that he can actually like have most of the light coming through, no matter which way you turn his head.
I thought you were gonna be like, nah, man, I think you broke your.
Yours is defective. I hope you got the receipt. Yeah, he's got some good attitude, some good presence to him, no matter what. I really on
this one.
He really is like one that I would recommend as like a first Mezco. Like usually in that contention, it's like any Batman, depending on what era. Do you want year one? Do you want middle age? Do you want old Batman? And then which color? Okay, this is the Batman you want. And then maybe the Netflix Punisher and Daredevil. I know a friend of mine here locally ended up getting both of those as his first Mezcos, and he likes them, you know. He's got a bit mostly G.I. Joe based collection with like a little bit of MCU stuff. Mm-hmm. And those are two that I think are pretty cheap still. Like you can get them on Amazon for still pretty close to retail. Yes. And the Marvel Legends ones have gone up in price a lot. So you might as well just pay the extra $20-$30 and get the Mezcos. Yeah, I was looking at that because honestly, like, I knew I was going to like this, you know what I mean? But actually feeling it in hand, I can understand why, you know, in terms of the quality. Because I was looking at that John Bernthal Punisher, and I was like, that's still at retail. You know, I could still pay that fine. It's like the Marvel Legend one's cool, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Right. It's just okay, you know? Yeah. And then, like, trust me, my bread and butter is still, like, what you see behind me is my Legends for now, right? Yeah. But the thing that gets me is sometimes I'm in a couple Marvel Legends page or Marvel figure pages on Facebook. Mm-hmm. I'll see, like, somebody post, like, a Mezco or Figure Arts or Mofex, and they'll be like, no, I'll just keep my Legends. I was like, that's not even – I know. It's not the same thing. That's what's going on with Thanos right now, actually. There's so many people, at least I've seen on like, the Mezco Discord, the debate going back and forth, and that's, like, what I would consider to be the you know, real, you know, kind of Mez collectors, not really just the Facebook kind of peanut gallery that is like looking for any reason to not have to buy the figure or call it too expensive because, you know, of the quality or whatever. Right. That's one that I've really seen people going back and forth on. And there was one dude who was like, I don't know, man, I already have the Disney Store exclusive Diamond Select one. I already have the like 2 of the Marvel Legend movie ones. I already have the deluxe Marvel Legend that was Target exclusive. It's like, you know, so I don't know if I really need this Thanos. I'm like, why are you complaining about that? Yeah, you're doing yourself a favor. How about you think about it in terms of like, there's people who don't collect any of that stuff you just mentioned and have been looking for their Thanos to go with it. And I used to have that Diamond Select one, and it's good. But then the leaked Comic-Con image of, you know, the Thanos turned around that wasn't actually shown on display. It was just like in the case at the beginning of the show, turned around. Somebody caught like a sneaky pic of it, and then it was removed for the rest of the show. They didn't reveal it at that show at all. I remember that, and I was like waiting that week, and I was like, when are they going to announce Thanos? Right. But as soon as I knew it existed, I already had the Diamond Select. I'm like, all right, it's time for him to go. Like the thing is, like there's some things about that Thanos. I'm like, there's some things aesthetically. I'm like, I get why there's a little bit of pushback. Mm-hmm. But saying like I have the Select one, so I don't need this one. I'm like, come on, man. I know it's like no, if you have 3 other Thani, I guess you don't need this one. Yeah. But I mean, it's in the same class as Darkseid for me. Like I knew what I was getting into with that Darkseid. It's literally a polystone statue, but man, that presence you see that shit everywhere, and it's still in stock on the Mezco website, even though the retail price was a little high because of the polystone. But for $155 for that Thanos, like that's a great price. That's right in between Darkseid and Ragnarok Hulk. That's right. The Ragnarok Hulk was. I remember when that came out. There's a little bit of. I don't know if there's a little bit of like people were complaining about the articulation. Mm-hmm. I was like, it's different though. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. The biggest complaint I saw with that one, and that was also unfortunate because every company had come out with that specific version of Hulk at the same time. The Gladiator Hulk. Which ironically, Select had a decent one for that. Select, I think, had the best one in terms of accuracy and size and everything. Obviously, it's a 7-inch scale, but everybody wants a big Hulk, right? Right. I think Mezco nailed the colors better though. It's got way more bright blues and the reds in the tunic. The biggest flaw with the Mezco one that people pointed out was that the kind of more hard plastic like chest and arms were different from how the soft the hands and the heads are for interchanging. They were just a slightly different green than the hard cast parts. Do you have that one? I do, yeah. He's in my MCU display kind of. Oh, I guess it would be this way. I don't know if you can see that. I think my nameplate is in the way, but he's down there in my Black Panther throne room.
Is there like, because I mean, remember like before I used to, did you pre-order this? You're like, of course I pre-ordered that. Has there been like a Mezco in the last like year or so where you're just like, you know what, I'm just definitively not going to order it? Or you pretty much gotten, because you even get like the special box sets, right?
Yeah, it's. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm kind of a completionist. So
I was going to get to that. It's like
eventually, I am going to get it, but there's definitely some, if not like at least half, where I don't get them right away, knowing that, I guess it's kind of like speculative, like stocks. It's like I can probably get this one a little down the line for less. Darkseid was like that. I got Darkseid for like 100. Like way below the price. Now, that was just like pure luck, So there's some that I definitely wait on, but eventually I think I always do try to get it.
Yeah. You got it for 100?
That's part of the fun too, because sometimes you're wrong and you're like, God damn it, I should have pre-ordered it.
Well, that's how I felt about the Snyder Cut one. I should have just pre-ordered it when I had a chance, because I'm like, I might just end up going through Big Bad and getting it.
Yeah.
I do want the black suits.
Mm-hmm.
Not to go back to it, but I did pick up the McFarlane one, which I think posing it like with shots with Homelander, it'll work because it's in the 7-inch scale.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do want that. I do want like a soft goods Superman and because like everyone tells me, including you, you're like, you got to get a Batman, and I feel like if I get a Batman, it's going to throw me down another rabbit hole, dude.
Yeah, it depends. Like, which Batman do you want? I mean, I think it might be smart to get the
Gaslight now.
Well, Gaslight's a great one for sure. If you're trying to do like a Elseworlds DC kind of thing, but I think it's worth it to get any of like the Supreme or Sovereign Knights, because when that new Superman comes out, those are going to go up a lot for sure. There's a lot of people who are going to have that Superman be their first like DC Mezco, and that's going to make them backtrack or already start to backtrack to try to get Batman and now this new Wonder Woman to go with it, just to have like a nice trinity.
Yeah, that new Wonder Woman's pretty sick.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. I think she's gonna make a lot of top 10 lists for this year.
Are they going back with some stuff? Because I know we talked about the Wolverine. Like, are they going backtrack and like re-releasing older characters? Because I know I feel like a Superman one's due for.
Yeah, they're doing basically a 2.0 version of a classic Superman, and they showed it at I think it was the Mezco Toyz fair in February, like their own in-house con, just like a digital event thing. And then they also did the classic Wolverine, like the Tiger Stripe Wolverine, which was originally still a like very limited like summer con exclusive. Yeah. So people were pretty mad about that, the iconic version of Wolverine in a lot of people's eyes, and it was an exclusive, hard to get version. So now they're doing a more deluxe, even better version in every way, in terms of like a more classic look, less kind of like, Mezco type details, like more modernized kind of stuff. Now, like the straight up classic gloves and like the boots and the longer ears on the mask and everything. So that's I think kind of like the apology Wolverine, they're calling it.
That's why it's so packed, like you said, with so many accessories.
Exactly. They're like, okay, you want Tiger Stripe Wolverine? How about Tiger Stripe? How about literally Marvel Legends, Toy Biz Marvel Legends Series 3 Wolverine, but here's the HD remaster of it. Complete with a Sentinel base. Okay, you happy now? Good.
If anything, it sounds bad, dude. I would have bought it for that Sentinel base.
Yeah, a lot of people are. That's
a couple shots, yeah.
That's another one that I think is a lot of people's, baby's first Mezco, because I think there's a lot of people who collect other lines and are seeing the potential for just that one Mezco and what they could do, to integrate it with their other lines. I mean, there's no question it's better than any Marvel Legends Wolverine.
Whoa.
Yeah, this gun looks really good. This is probably my favorite gun.
Yeah, so for does he have ankle pivot, or is it just up and down?
It's pretty like hidden in there. You do have to kind of break it in, but it is there. Right?
Yeah.
Yours is freshly cracked. It still smells like silica gel, so yeah. I understand the hesitance, but yeah, it's got it. It's just not crazy good, just because of the fan design of the bottom of the boots there.
Yeah.
But it's enough to, you have to kind of like twist the boot along with it to like slightly bigger kind of like stance. Like if I really wanted him to be like wide legged like this, I have to kind of like flatten it out. And you have, there's a little bit of wiggle to it. It's part of the fun. It's like a Rubik's Cube, you just got to get it to the sweet spot.
Right.
Well, not really like a Rubik's Cube. This ain't a or what's it called? Amazing Yamaguchi.
Oh, yeah. So I would totally get behind like the in-house stuff, but the problem is there's so many stuff that's like hard to get that I can't like. I was gonna order the vapor. I was like, I'm gonna fall down that rabbit hole now. So I think what I'll do is like I'll do some Marvel properties because I totally love this one, man. I think I'm gonna do the John Bernthal one next. But,
oh yeah, the Punisher, definitely. Yeah. And even though the Daredevil isn't even, it's still the same price, but it has significantly fewer accessories. Like you'll definitely feel like he's a little bare, but it's still a fantastic figure. Like they go really well together.
Dude, those Netflix ones are like, I thought they would be more expensive because like the Hasbro counterparts to it is like ridiculous. Like the Daredevil one's also like 40 to 50.
Yeah.
Did they ever make Iron Fist for Mezco?
Not from Netflix, but they do have like their own, comic style version.
Oh, yeah, that one's like, did that one shoot up now in price? Like,
yeah, for sure. That's one that people didn't think was going to be that good, and then it came out, and everyone got it in hand, and they're like, one please, and nobody could fulfill the stock anymore.
I think that's happening a lot lately, especially like Dr. Fate.
Yeah, Dr. Fate's going up for sure. Wonder Woman, I think, is like people already knew how good that one's going to be, so I think that one's going to be okay to find. But if you do want it, you better be quick. That's one that I think when it runs out, people are going to want a 2.0 version like they're doing with Superman.
Yeah. See, the good thing is I don't have too many subscribers, so they can't get too mad at my desk camera for being on AOL right now.
That's all right. At least you got the artwork on there.
Yeah. I'm going to go grab a Marvel Legends and see what it looks like.
Yeah, you're going to compare them? That's a good idea.
Compare this with Cyclops. Let me get a fair comparison. Yeah, actually,
I understand the complaints that he may be a little short, but I think he's more like real life size rather than like, jacked up comic book Rob Liefeld character sized.
Just with, better looking feet, I guess.
Right.
Let's move this down.
Yeah, he looks just like a smidge taller, but
yeah, I mean it's perspective too. I have it like right above, but I think
yeah.
It is slightly taller though,
And the boots definitely help. Like the PX version of this cable is like significantly too short. Like that one is for sure too short.
That one was using the same outfit. I think. Was it similar to the one Cyclops?
Yeah, it's basically the same outfit, same colors, just like different straps. But the actual most of the patterning on the suit is pretty much the same. But he has the same like legs too. So he is just tiny.
So if you had to pick, which cable would you prefer, this one or the?
I'd say this one's the one to go with. If you're trying to do like specifically like an X-Men team, like a very 90s team, then I would do that. This one is definitely like a more modern one.
Dude, the guns he comes with though are pretty sick.
Right?
Cannons, sorry.
I know, right? He's got there's proper big,
Yeah.
He's got like a Gears of War kind of look to him too, right?
Right. The Mezco I saw somebody posted a shot on Instagram like a couple months ago. I wish I would have gotten was the Judge Dredd one. I know even though like you're talking about earlier, like that one looks sick. I'm like, is there any Judge Dredd figures out there that's available? It's just Mezco right now.
Yeah, it's pretty much just Mezco and
whatever. So
three. It was actually 3A, I think. It was before they were 3-0. 3A did like a pretty good line of Judge Dredd, and they did like Judge Death and Judge like all those guys. So that's something I wish Mezco would have gone back and done, but I don't even know if they still have the license.
Oh, for Dread?
Yeah. That might be just one of those weird ones that is just super niche. There might not be the audience for it. Maybe if there's like a Netflix series or something.
Yeah. Or Sylvester Stallone puts on the outfit one more time.
Oh my God. They do a part 2, reboot that's like 40 years later, like they do with all of them now.
I remember watching that as a kid. I'm like, damn, he took his mask off already? Or
I know.
Just keep it on.
And his outfit was ridiculous. It literally kind of was how people like perceive Mezco figures. It was just like a thin little spandex bodysuit and like a bunch of like armor pieces put on top of it. He looked like he was playing laser tag. But it has the villain is supposed to be like his brother or something, and he's just like crazy.
Yeah.
It's campy, and like Rob Schneider's in it, as the comic relief. Just a weird movie.
Oh wait, are you thinking of Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes?
No, Rob Schneider was in the Judge Dredd movie too.
What? I forgot about it. Oh,
yeah, he was the wacky sidekick character.
Oh man,
I know. What a time, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do a freaking nostalgia weekend and watch all these again.
Right.
Remember, he's like, he doesn't know about the seashells. And he just goes up and starts cursing and getting all the paper and stuff.
Mm-hmm. The 3A Judge Dredd also has a Lawmaster too, so you can also like not feel like you don't have a ride for him.
Yeah.
I wasn't really like a completionist at the time, so I only ever got the one version of the Dread that I have, just the standard with the standard Lawmaster, but I do really want the PX version with like the shiny blue suit, because he comes with the poncho too. He comes with like the big leather poncho. So I wouldn't even, that's how I would display it. So that's how I like mentally can get away with being like, okay, I hate that shiny blue suit, but if the poncho's on top, then I get to have the other version, but also with the accessory that hides the part I hate about it.
I take it that PX is probably a little pricey right now.
Oh yeah, it's tough to find. That's one I'd have to like try to win in a raffle or something.
So all right, so out of curiosity, like at what point would you just like cave and be like, what, I'm gonna have to pay this anyway, so I'm gonna go and buy it?
Maybe if we get another round of stimmies or something. I'm not in the neighborhood for it right now. But it's one of those things that like I'll know when I see a good deal on it, and then I'll be able to decide whether or not to bite the bullet right there. I don't think I'll ever jump on it at the height of its value. I definitely have to like have the right opportunity to buy it,
Play the waiting game, yeah.
Exactly. I'm not really hungry for it, but if the opportunity comes, I'll definitely jump on it. It's all, yeah, like you said, waiting game, just waiting for the right time when opportunity meets I don't know, there's a something there. There's a phrase there. I don't know.
I feel like, you know what? I know what you're talking about, because I was rewatching was it not Tough Enough? It was something they had on WWE Network where it was like behind the scenes of the Performance Center.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this guy doing a promo. It's like, when opportunity meets so-and-so and it clashes. Here's my opportunity.
Yeah.
The scout was like, have you actually been training in pro wrestling? He's like, no. He's like, so you're doing this promo about how you've been working your whole life? It doesn't really make sense.
I think, is that a quote from the Ultimate Warrior? Because his promos were just nonsense.
It probably was, dude. Yo, when's Mezco going to jump into some WWE properties, man?
I would be sick. I don't know.
That's probably
I think it's saturated enough, and the only part that they would really excel in, the soft goods and stuff, would be pretty minimal on pro wrestler characters, other than like the entrance gear. And at that point, that's the part that other toy companies are trying to sell you as the deluxe part of this otherwise retail value figure.
They could give you the lunatic fringe. You
mean unscripted violence, John Moxley?
Yeah.
Man, that's one that I'm glad I was there at AEW Double or Nothing to like see him debut.
Oh, you were there?
I was there, dude. It was history. It was amazing.
I was at his disaster of a match. I went to 3 WrestleManias. I was at 29, which the main event was terrible.
Of course.
Yeah. and then I was at 32 in Dallas, and then 33 in Orlando.
Oh my God, 32 in Dallas. That was where we saw Sting have his career basically ended. Just retire. I mean, he still went on to face Seth Rollins and like actually get retired by injury. But the burial of Sting was criminal.
No, that was 31. You're talking about the Triple H one where he.
Oh, that was 31. My bad. Yeah. Okay.
No,
was that okay? Here's how I don't know them by number after 30. It's either WrestleMania Play Button, WrestleMania Longhorns, WrestleMania Cowboy Star, WrestleMania whatever they are.
Yeah.
WrestleMania Play Button 31 was the one with Seth Rollins. Excuse me.
My bad. Yeah. Sorry, you can find my name under Smark, first name.
No, man, they already know you as the Bastard.
The Bastard.
Dude, but you went to 32, and then which one?
33 in Orlando was Brock Goldberg, which was
okay. Oh my God.
And I was like, dude, Goldberg, why are you coming back? Just end it on that, man.
I know. Yeah, the Saudi Arabia thing with Undertaker was just like
garbage.
Yeah, a little unfortunate. He comes out like already with a concussion. Like everything about that was just so bad.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you heard on AEW this week, but
Aleister Black debuted, right?
Aleister Black, that's right. But I was gonna say the Britt Baker had a promo and she's talking something blood money, and she's like, oh, maybe we should have this match in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, shucks.
You know, I don't want to say that I like it when AEW does that kind of thing because they don't really need to take shots at the competitor, but I can't say that I don't get excited when it happens either.
It makes headlines, man, because like on my Instagram algorithm, it'll put like so-and-so said this on AEW. I'm like, yeah.
Right.
Fair enough. But I mean, to your point about like caving in and just going and buying it, there's one Toyz I did buy a month ago, dude, and I was just like,
yeah?
Yeah. It was this thing. So I know Hasbro will never make this again.
Oh my God, dude, that's a great one.
Yeah, I'm so tempted to open this because I have the Thomas Jane Punisher.
Oh, that's sick, dude. I never got that Punisher growing up, but I always wish I did.
Yeah, and I was like, do I open this or because I know Mezco made a dope blade like it 2 years ago. And that was one I wish I'd kept in package because that jacket will not hold up. That is something that one will for sure deteriorate like right away. I still have it. I have it like in a baggie, and the baggie is just full of flakes. Oh, so
even though I don't have the figure because I had the same thought. Like I think I had already sold it or I was in the process of like getting rid of my Legends, but I wanted to keep any soft goods that they had to like put them on Mezco and other figures. So I still have like the Gambit coat and like the Punisher coat, but yeah, that pleather material does not hold up.
Oh, you're talking about, so it's not the Mezco one, it's this one you had that was starting to deteriorate?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because the Thomas Jane one uses the same material, and like when I took it out, because I bought that one last year, I took it out, it started like flaking in my hands.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
But it's just so nostalgic, man, because I'm like, damn, Wesley Snipes.
No, that's a sick one, dude. I would honestly keep it in package. You're right. They're never going to remake that one.
I have to open it. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure I can find something.
If you can find the little motorcycle loose and give it to a Mezco blade, there's an idea.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Mezco one was pretty sick. I saw that one. I was like, I can't. But it's no longer available, I don't think, right?
It's pretty hard to find, honestly. The MDX version is now the easier one to find, ironically.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you can find that one for about retail still, whatever it was when it came out.
But, I mean, like overall, let me get it out of the dial-up screen. Dude, I love it, man. For my first official Mezco, because Bishop was technically my first pre-order, but
first in hand though.
Yeah, first in hand, yeah. And then next will be John Bernthal, Punisher. But I don't know, man. It's a new rabbit hole. It's like you're gonna start seeing less of what's behind.
Yeah. Give me your like thoughts on the soft goods. Like, do you think the stitching is good? Like, does it seem pajama-like or too baggy, or what do you think?
See, this is why I picked this one specifically because I don't have a cable anymore from the Marvel Legends. But it's not as pajama because there's not as much cloth good on him except for like the pants and the upper body.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it. I can definitely feel the quality in his chest plate and like just the overall piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like, what do you think of the arms? Like the kind of like flesh plastic they use is a little more. I don't know. I think just it feels smoother than Legends.
Plastic
Legends has like a weird kind of ratcheting to it sometimes.
For sure, yeah, no, I know what you mean. I do love how the hands are sort of like a softer rubber material.
Yeah.
So it's not as hard as I know because some Legends I've seen people break them trying to switch the hands out.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like a hard plastic disc and like insert pin that can tend to crack sometimes.
And check that out, man! Pinless technology, dude.
Right? Marvel Legends be bragging about that, and then any toy company already worth its weight in salt is pioneering that.
I'm tempted to do stop motion with this.
Yeah.
Because I always do it for I've done it with McFarlane, Figure Arts, NECA. But I feel like it's one of those things where it's you can pose it, do stop motion. I feel like it'll still hold its, its mold. It won't loosen up like a Legends would or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's actually a dude on Instagram who's doing a stop motion contest, and I was kind of thinking, I want to do something for Summer Shots too. So I might do that first, but that's definitely got me thinking man, there's something to the stop motion thing.
Yeah. I got my photo ready. I have the idea ready for the summer's photo contest. For the second one, for the couples one. I just have to figure out what cutouts I'm going to use for that. But
right.
I've already got some in hand.
I just want to do it to have the photos. I don't think I'm going to really get anything from it, especially because I already missed the deadline for round 1 because I was out of town. So it is what it is. I'm not doing it for the prizes. I just want to it's a good opportunity and good themes to just do some photos,
Would it be shady if you did it and won?
I've never won a single ACBA contest, so don't even worry about that. There's no collusion going on behind the scenes. I'm just not good. I think I've won more raffles than I've won contests.
Really?
I've never won a Mezco Monday or any of the con giveaways or anything like that.
We got the crypto cog, man.
That's right. Yeah, that means we all win. I'm pretty sure there's a code coming for that pretty soon.
Yeah, so
I would say the itinerary is probably going to get shown on Monday, and then hopefully I'll go live on Monday to be able to talk about that. If indeed it comes out that day. Usually my streams have been kind of lining up with these news drops, so that's been something really good to be able to talk about fresh.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because I've been moving past few weeks. Did you talk about the Fantastic Four one yet or not?
No, I haven't, and that was when I had taken a week off because I had worked that day, or I had worked both days that I usually do the streams, and I didn't want to do a random midweek one because there's so many toy streams now, and everyone kind of has their set schedule, and I don't want to step on anyone's toes and split audiences and all that kind of business side to it, I guess. But
trying to make us choose now.
Exactly. I don't want to because I want to watch those streams too. I'd rather keep it to the. What's that?
You want me to post this one on Monday so it lines up with your stream?
Hey, if you want. I mean, it's pre-recorded, so that's another thing is that you'll be able to. I would love to plug this, obviously, and send people your way when.
I just hope that you don't get mad at this thing right here, this dial-up stream.
Nah, it's good for static things, having the size comparison there. That works for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't want to keep reiterating it, man. It's just I do understand now, unboxing this and the experience overall, compared to, I get it, they're two different price ranges, but I do appreciate, the experience of this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm glad you waited to go ahead and unbox it because I'm actually really excited to get your first reaction. Pretty stoked that you actually like it because that would have sucked if you were yeah, it's fine, but I kind of miss my Marvel Legend.
Yeah, where's my Josh Brolin cable at? I should bust them out just to compare. But yeah, dude, no, I love this. It's pretty sweet.
And the next move now is to try to get a third-party head sculpt for him.
Yeah.
There's people who do, kind of the same soft rubber type head sculpt, but it looks more like Schwarzenegger or something.
I've seen, because I was a fan of Gifted, the Fox show they had for, I don't know if you ever watched it. They had Polaris in there. I think Emma Dumont, but they made a head sculpt for her, but I think it's only for Mezco. I'm
oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. There's one cable head sculpt running around where it has the techno-organic virus on the half of the face here. So it
Oh,
almost looks like a Terminator T800.
and it's like already painted on, or because I know sometimes they'll sell it to you like blank.
Yeah, it's already painted, and it's like flesh cast plastic and everything. Like it's super high quality. I'll find his link and send it to you after this.
I think the move, honestly, though, after this, I mean, obviously, I keep saying the Punisher. I think I'm going to pre-order the Fantastic Four one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was going to say I didn't talk about the Fantastic Four set because again, I took that week off, and then I ended up talking to someone, or I am in the process of talking to someone about getting them on for a stream as a guest, and they're really big on this Fantastic Four set, so I want to talk about it with them.
I mean, yeah, dude, it looks sick. I mean, for the price it is, like I understand it. But I'm like curious to get that Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, it comes with that. Like,
I know, right?
I'm wondering how that's gonna like be implemented on the figure. Man.
Exactly. He looks to me like one of those old 90s toys that was like a bag of sand almost, and you can like kind of flex it around, not quite like a Stretch Armstrong, but like somewhere in the middle. Yeah, something like that. I'm curious. That would have been one way to do it for sure. That would have been hilarious. Any final thoughts you got on him? I mean, I just want to like beat the dead horse.
I mean, I didn't explore all of the accessories. I got most of just like weapon pieces. I was like looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I get it, man. Like I get why people like love collecting Mezcos. And I get there's other figures sometimes people aren't fans of, but this one I definitely understand.
Yeah.
I know I can tell the difference when I'm actually holding a Mezco as opposed to like a retail figure like Marvel Legends or McFarlane. But no, I definitely tell. Like I had that feeling a little bit when I first got the Felix Toys one, but this one is definitely I don't know what it is, man. I do love the pinless technology. No, I do love the plastic that they're using on this.
Yeah. That's great, man. I'm really glad you like it.
Some people complain about it, but I don't see it. Like, I'm trying to understand. Like, they sometimes people like the rubber flesh that they use.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I think this works.
Yeah, some people say they can look a little soft just because of the material that they use for it. It might be hard to have more chiseled features on there without like hard plastic on there. But you need that, so you have that translucency for the light up feature, so you can do an easy swap without having to, heat it up and stuff first.
But here's the flip side to that. If you know how to have proper lighting, you can easily work around that, dude.
That's true. That's very true. I mean, Mezco, I think, definitely makes stuff for people like with the intention to photograph it and like really bring out those details in the best light as part of an otherwise other company shelf display. Those details can kind of get lost.
Right. I'm seeing a lot of people do some kick-ass stuff with that Gomez, though.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, you can do so much stuff with any Gomez. It's crazy. That's why I
can't get into it though, man. I'm gonna fall down that rabbit hole.
I know it's tough. And that vapor is one that I promise you will regret having missed, but I understand, why you would, because it really is its own thing and you are just inviting trouble.
Yeah, so I was off that day and I was just like, I had in my car, I'm like, nah, let me hold off first. But I'm like, I should have, because I know they had two, right? They had like a first wave of like people who would get it the next week or something like that. Or then
in stock orders, and then they did the wait list,
which is cool because
fulfilled, to the next year. I think like March or May. Yeah,
which I like. I like that they give you that opportunity. I also like how they're like, you have until this window to order it.
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot more lately, and that's actually really, really good. It's definitely easier to deal with than the Target fiasco with Cobra Island earlier this week.
That's another reason why like I'm kind of starting to cool down on like the retail stuff.
I know if they're making it just as hard to get, then it's like, who cares if it's even cheaper?
It's kind of falling into that like hype beast territory. You know what I mean?
Right. Especially again, since so many people like picked up collecting again during the pandemic.
Oh, snap, a running pose. I didn't think about doing that. Let me try this.
All right. I'm trying to flex the shoulder thing a little bit. So I have him, slightly out so that I can use that to like emphasize that his arm's forward. But it looks a little weird. This was one I got to refine a little bit.
That's the thing, though. Can he balance, man?
I think he can, yeah. The only thing that is a little unfortunate is that like the peg hole doesn't really like hold him all that well. It's a little, it's kind of working. It can be a little tight, but
I don't know, man. I'm gonna try doing the just Hernandez pose here, man. See if I can
right. You just want to emphasize that cyborg arm.
Yeah. Nothing broke. Don't worry, man.
I know. I dropped mine too. Yeah, I would definitely recommend this one as anybody's first Mezco. If you're, a Marvel guy, this is probably one that's worth picking up as your introductory piece.
I think for my first Batman, honestly, I want it to be the Snyder Cut Batfleck. To be honest.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really good one.
I'm gonna try because I wanted to ask in the Discord page, like if anyone had any issues, like pre-ordering through Mezco or from Big Bad, and like they did not fulfill it. But I'd imagine they bought up a bunch, and whatever pre-orders they meet, they'll close the window for ordering it.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that they're doing the window model a little better because it does give people enough time to get their funds together and kind of make an informed decision rather than like, it's up, get it now, or you'll use your chance right now.
Right.
Which they still do. They haven't done away with that completely, but more and more the license stuff and the more, I think broad appeal stuff is being made easier to get, which is good.
Dude, who was the company that was like buy it now or pay eBay prices? Was it NECA?
No, yeah, that was Loot Crate doing the NECA crates for Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I remember seeing. I was like, oh snap.
Yeah, you might be able to see it over here, but I am going to get into balance.
All right, balance, dude. Got it.
I'm no D amazing, but
yeah,
sometimes I know what I'm doing. No strings. Look at that.
Oh snap.
That's what's good about this version over the PX is the PX has like very tiny feet too. This one, those big boots give them some nice balance.
Yeah, that boot helps. It's already giving me ideas for a couple shots I might do now. I was gonna bust down Josh wrong, but it's fine. I already know.
All right, I was gonna put out a Deadpool to compare him with too, but I wanted to really make him stand on his own. He doesn't need a sidekick.
Did they make a Mezco Deadpool?
Yeah, they have 4 versions. Yeah.
Oh, the X-Force one.
Yep. And then they have the X-Men uniform one in blue, and then there's the 2. Hang on, I have them right here. I always forget which way. It's weird because it's opposite for me. But I have the 4 here because they did 2 versions of the red one, and one of them was MDX. And it came with an exclusive head pool accessory.
Oh, nice.
But other than that, it's exactly the same. But I just, you gotta have both.
I'm wondering, so before we sign out officially, they're coming out with more MCU ones, right? Like you said, I think Black Widow is supposed to be coming out.
I know. I was hoping. I'm thinking maybe they'll announce it at MezcoCon, but they did tease at I think Toys Fair or whatever the last in-person con was. I think it was actually Toy Fair last year.
Yeah, 2020.
Which was the Javits Center before I got turned into a hospital. Mm-hmm. They had the booklet that the press got, and that one showed just a graphic of the Black Widow movie, just the title card. So they're coming, or there's something coming for Black Widow, but hopefully now that the movie's out and they have a con coming up, they can actually show what it is.
Did you see it when you were in New York?
I saw it this morning, actually. Yeah. I
was going to joke so at the end. No,
I tried to watch it on the plane, but it wasn't out at midnight because I had a red-eye flight, and it wasn't out at midnight. It was out at 3 a.m. on the East Coast, midnight Pacific.
Right.
So I didn't get to watch. I didn't even feel like watching it when I got back. I just wanted to sleep.
My thing is I would love to see them tackle a Captain America or a Iron Man MCU figure because
I would love that. Cap especially.
Yeah.
I just want I want a Thor more than anything. A classic Thor, like a Jack Kirby,
Just get the
Eternian mystery Thor.
Just get the Legends, bro. Put it on your shelf.
Nah, no soft goods, visible joints, pegs, not the pinless joints. I'm good. I'll wait. Because I know when it inevitably gets announced, I'll end up selling the Thor anyway. So what's the point? I might as well just save me the $20 and, not let that accumulate.
Didn't you buy what was it, the Mattel Batman because it came with the box, and then Mezco announced they had like the Snyder Cut 3-pack and it had the
mother boxes. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Simply put, I'm an idiot. That was literally the Snyder hype getting to me. I'm like, listen, I need to jump on this now. And I'm not even mad about it because I didn't like overpay for them.
Right, it's Mattel.
They're still retail price, but that's because they're Mattel Multiverse. They did not increase in value. That guy's lucky that he got full retail price for him.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like, if anything, like I think McFarlane's. I mean, it's specific stuff. I think they're doing better stuff than what Mattel did, honestly.
I think so too. I definitely agree with you. I think it's just a matter of scale and the soft goods factor is pretty huge for me.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd love to see Mezco do a Spawn, but
oh my god, yeah, it'll never happen. Right. I don't think, but I hope McFarlane sees this market of 1/12 scale soft goods figures, or even if they do like what Hasbro did with like the hyper real Star Wars stuff, and it's like an 8-inch figure, but it's got soft goods. Like, I might fuck with that.
Yeah,
I think he just needs to see the value, and someone needs to pitch it to him in a way that's like, no, Todd, you get to have your cake and eat it too, because people get to have their articulation and you don't get to see the joints.
He hides the cuts, dude. The cuts.
Exactly. Because that's his thing. He wants to do a statue and then cut joints into it. And he wants to cut as few joints as possible because he hates seeing them. So it's like, listen, if there's a soft goods body or like an articulated body and soft goods over it, you don't get to see those joints anyway. So come on, Todd.
That's the ultimate trade-off, dude.
Exactly. I think someone needs to get in his ear, and maybe me, and pitch it to him the right way. I got to get him in an elevator. I'm very good at elevator pitches.
New York Comic-Con, man. See if you can hit him up.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to go. I would for sure love to go. It is happening. Yeah. San Diego's not, but New York is. And, it makes sense because New York is back. It's popping.
Yeah, if anything, I might be going at the Thursday one because, like, I know the tickets go on sale later this month. I think in a couple days, but if anything, probably Thursday I'll get it.
Yeah,
Be like, hey, Todd, you don't know me, man. I got a small following, but we want.
Just give him my information. Let me just be like, listen, I have someone you need to talk to.
There's a property you guys need to get right now. Here it is.
Yeah.
But dude,
he's got good licenses. I think he's doing a great job for the retail space for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's just I'm out. It's not for me. I was looking at that King Shark though, because they have the option to like, not do the Build-A-Figure. You can just do the deluxe. And I'm like, kind of cool. Technically, I do have an MC. And I'm definitely getting his Dark Side of Steppenwolf. So it's not even like
yeah, I just picked that one up from Amazon the other day. I have the one where he doesn't have the what do you call it, chest piece.
Oh, got you.
But the thing is, it's okay if it just wasn't so elongated, dude.
Exactly. That's why I'm going to wait for the other version. But I think the size of him looks great. The sculpt is great. Like so that's going to be in my display. Or I don't know if I'll put it in the case, but I'll have it to take photos with the Mezcos.
Right. Yeah. It'll easily fit with your Mezcos.
Exactly. He's a he's a part of the cast, but he's not a principal.
Yeah. Once my dial-up internet catches up.
So he is massive, and of course it's technically 7-inch, but still, I think that works really good for 6-inch.
It'll still scale their Mezco, yeah.
Yeah, Steppenwolf looks amazing too.
Yeah, he does.
I've seen people do like an oil wash on it, so he has that kind of like multicolor, kind of like shimmer to him. Yeah, that metallic kind of like blues and purples in there.
Mm-hmm. Sorry to get off topic there, but if I'm going back to since Mezco's right there, I think overall, man, I give it a 9 out of 10.
Oh shit, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
What's the one thing keeping you from giving it the 10?
I don't know. I don't want to give perfect scores.
Of course. I mean, yeah, the size of him, is definitely something that's valid.
I would say so, but I mean, there's ways to going back to photograph. There's ways to angle these things.
Exactly.
Scale for me doesn't matter as much unless it's ridiculous, if it's a 7-inch scale. But it's there's ways to fudge it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm glad you dig it, man. It's congrats. You've become part of a larger world. You just don't know it.
Rabbit hole, man. The unboxing experience was nice. I mean, it reminds me of a Kickstarter. No, I'm kidding. But no checklist.
It's no checklist, but you do get a blood contract. So
that's why it gets a 9. There's no checklist.
Okay, that's valid criticism.
Now, once I get the batteries in there, I'm definitely gonna try to do some dark shots with it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall,
I can't wait to see it.
It's pretty sweet, man. And I blame you, man. You're freaking enabler. You and the you guys out there.
I would never steer you wrong, not on purpose.
Yeah.
If I make you go wrong, it's because I made the same mistake at the same time.
Well, this was awesome. Thanks, dude, for sharing this experience with me. Do you got anything to plug before I end this?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, first of all, this has been really fun. It's great, getting to know you and meeting you for the first time here because
this is our first.
You've been an integral player in my stream, so it's glad to have a little crossover episode over here. Right. What is this? A crossover episode? BoJack Horseman. But yeah, no, I'm Fabster here on YouTube. Check me out on Twitch and on Instagram as well, Fabster360, do photography and all that stuff. And then I'm also on Boog ACBA's YouTube, and we're doing the ACBA podcast. We return tomorrow as of the day of recording here for episode 150, and that'll be a pretty big kind of change in the format of the show. And then we're working on some new stuff for it as well, new production and all kinds of fun things to kind of help us get back to what makes ACBA, one of the big names and big brands here in the toy industry. But other than that, yeah, just check me out on YouTube. I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers, and then I'll be announcing a contest for that very soon, a giveaway as a thank you for helping me make, YouTube partner and all that stuff. That's the main thing. Just follow me here or subscribe on YouTube at Fabster.
We'll get you at 1,000, man. He's giving away one of his Gomez's. Let's go.
Don't put me. I mean, you got me in your sights right now. I'm in the barrel. But there'll be something. It'll be worth it. I think it's something that people will enjoy. I haven't decided what yet, but I know it. I'm going to make it worth it.
Yeah. Oh, sir, for sure. Yeah. Dude, thank you again. Thanks for being an enabler. And I gotta get. I hope whatever the new format is, I hope Pancho keeps playing the X-Files song.
Oh no, that's not going anywhere.
I gotta get him on here to get. I got Filipino Nightwing to unbox soon, dude.
Oh man, that's gonna be sick. I want to get the thoughts on that too.
Thank you again for joining me, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. Remember to hit that like button and smash subscribe. You're generic. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.
All right, man. See ya.